Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am very glad to be back. I took about 4 weeks off. I got a new job and I just wanted to take some time to make sure that I transitioned well from my old position to my new position. I actually work from home now, so I'm hoping that this will be a little bit easier to get videos out just because now I don't have to rush home at 5 o'clock and try and get in some good light. I can immediately get off work at 5 and start filming, so this is gonna be a really good change for me. I'm very excited. I have worked now for 2 weeks at my new job and I really like it. I hope that you guys will enjoy this video. It kind of made itself like into its own thing. I had originally, which I'll probably keep the title from what I originally planned, but I wanted to call it a Sephora haul and then a get ready with me. And then I was like, oh, I could just kind of like put them together. Do a get ready with me and use all new products as a haul. Like, duh, that sounds like a great idea. So I started to film it, and then about halfway through I realized I didn't have any more face products. I had a lot of body butter and other like skincare, like cleansers and whatnot, so I just kind of rolled with it. I hope that you guys enjoy, and I brought in some extra products that were not specifically part of my Sephora haul. They are other purchases that I made kind of recently, and I wanted to share those as part of my get ready with me. So I hope that you guys enjoy, and here we go. Okay, so of course I have a clean face and I have put on some primer. And of course I forgot, there are a lot of things that I bought in this haul that I didn't plan well for. Well, not a lot, there's just a few items. But the first one being the Tatcha Silk Canvas. And this is like super interesting to me. I use Tatcha for my cleanser, and I've always heard good things about the brand. It is expensive, but I felt like I wanted to try something different, and I wanted to spend a little bit more money and get something that, you know, may work better than a Walmart Wet n Wild primer. So I am just going to prime my face really quickly. And what I figured I would do through this, aside from the primer, and then you'll see my moisturizer, but everything else I'm gonna use for the first time as I do this haul. So I'm gonna kind of give you my opinion on the packaging and on the consistency of it, what it looks like, how it blends out, you know, all that good stuff. And we'll get to that as the time rolls on. And there's also a few items that I bought that won't go on my face, like for my body, and we'll get there as we get there. So first up, you know, is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. It's got a really good consistency. It's pink. I already started rubbing it, sorry. And it smells pretty good. It's kind of minty. It smells a lot like the water cleanse, or the deep cleanse that I use for my cleanser. But I am just going to put this in on my face, just where I get a lot of heavy creasing at. So I am just going to rub this in. And I like to press. I don't like to like rub. I always like to just like press and make sure I get it into those creases, because oh my gosh, I squint my eyes in the sun and I smile a lot, and oh, reminds me. So I have a lot of coming in wrinkles. As like a side note for other Tatcha items that I purchased that I won't be using in the video, but I wanted to kind of like review them for the first time on camera. So because I use the deep cleanse, there is the Tatcha water cream that's part of that same set, or that same line. And I wanted to try this out. It is really just for normal oily skin, and I have very dry skin, so this probably won't work for me, which is why I got this little one. But I wanted to try it out and see kind of what it looks like, since it's all the rage right now. It's very popular to have Tatcha items, and so I figured I could get it for you guys and give you a review. First up, I'm opening it up. It's just nice packaging. Seems really like lightweight. And I'm just gonna rub it in on my arm a little bit. It definitely like becomes super watery which, you know, obviously it's the water cream, but as I rub it in, I guess like the heat activates it maybe, and it becomes super thin, but it feels really good and it's kind of airy. And I don't know if the minty smell is, you know, maybe like some menthol or something in it, but when I blow on my skin, it has that nice cool feeling. Another Tatcha item that I got in my purchases that I won't be using on camera is a mask. I got the Violet C Radiance Mask, and this, it says it's for all skin types, and you just put it on a clean face, and then you leave it on for 15 minutes and you wash it off. Of course, I have not used it either. You can even tell I haven't even stuck my finger in there. It's supposed to like illuminate your face and put vitamin C on it, which is really, you know, rich, and it makes you bright, and I just wanted something that kind of illuminates my skin because I do have a lot of redness, which it doesn't really look too bad today. I actually, because I have been eating differently, you know, with my no gluten and no dairy and whatnot, all of my eating healthy, and I have smoothies, and I've been using chia seeds and matcha and all that good stuff, I have noticed that my skin is a lot less red. Again, another moisturizer that I got because I have dry skin and I really, really like to feel moisturized and young and vibrant. And you know, that's not an easy job, especially at my age. So I got the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. At night, I like to have like a really heavy moisturizer, and you hear a lot of really good things about Kiehl's, and I've tried their hand moisturizer. I loved it. Got it from like Nordstrom Rack or something in Greenville, and I wanted to try their facial cream because the hand cream is like so heavy almost, but in the best way. It's not really greasy. It doesn't, you know, you can put it on your hands, and once you let it dry, like you have to do with every lotion, then you can touch things and you don't feel greasy and oily and like leave any kind of prints. So I wanted to try their facial cream because I really like the hand cream and I like that heavy moisturizing at night to kind of sleep in. Next, let's see what's in my box of goodies. Okay, so something that I wanted to try was a makeup foundation stick, and the Bare Minerals had the best review on Sephora's website. So I got this Complex Complexion Rescue Hydrating Foundation Stick. As I've already said, I'm very dry, so I got this so that I can feel hydrated and beautiful, and maybe it won't cake up and flake off with me. So it's really pretty packaging, and it's kind of like sleek and matte. It feels really good. So looks like just a foundation stick. Of course, I have never used a foundation stick before, so I could be putting way too much on my face. We'll see. So I already have a damp beauty blender. I went ahead and dampened it before I started my video, and so we'll blend it out. First bit of review, it does kind of feel hard to blend. You know, when it says moisturizing, I felt like it would feel, I know it has to be, when it's in a stick, it can't be extra creamy because it has to keep its shape in the tube, but I kind of thought that it would be, you know, pretty easy to blend, and it seems to be kind of dry. I haven't looked at myself in the mirror yet, but just from feeling it and kind of getting a feel for how it's seeming to spread, I think that might be a little bit dry. When I go to edit, I'm gonna end up seeing like all of this stuff, so y'all just be nice in the comments to me, okay? Okay, next up, I am just going to use my own personal concealer, and I use Naked Skin by Urban Decay. My color is light warm. Last week, I accidentally got a little overzealous with this, and I broke like the little tip thing off, so I have been using it like with the stick. I just need to go and get another one, if I'm being honest. I guess when I'm like, I have good product here, I don't want to go out and buy one if I really don't need a new one. And I don't really use too much, so I'm just gonna get just enough to kind of like give myself that fresh look. and we'll blend from there. To see if the Bare Minerals foundation oxidizes, it turns darker, or if it starts to change as it sits on my face. And I'm gonna wear this look for the rest of the evening and kind of give you guys a review down in the comments. Hopefully these purchases were not in vain and I end up really liking all of my new products. Okay, so next new product to review, which I'm so excited about. This one, I won't even open the box yet, is the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I hear so many good things about this from other YouTubers and other people that I follow, like on Instagram and in the YouTube community, and I hear nothing terrible about it. So I ran out of mine, which, let me show you my old one from Walmart. It's got like just a tiny bit in the bottom, but it is Clinique's blended face powder. And I mean, I really liked it, but I kind of want something a little more lightweight. Like this one, I put it on, it gives that white sheen. I kind of wanted a little more translucent. So this one's always getting really good reviews, so this is what I got. It's really pretty, and I love this like frosted look to it. I'm gonna open it up and get this little, there's no smell. Yeah, some people like me like to know that. This is like my holder. It's kind of got like a banana yellow color, but it's very banana-y, which could be good. I need a little bit more warm tone on my face, so I will take it. I am going to use the Morphe E3 brush. I'm gonna be a little bit honest, this thing is disgusting, but I wanted to use a brush that you guys would be familiar with. And you just want to tap it around your face. If you start rubbing too much, then it will kind of, depending on what kind of brush that you have, it can kind of move your makeup around. I just want to kind of set that. I know my face is probably a little bit darker than my neck. Buying a foundation online is really difficult, but I got Vanilla. That's the shade that I got for my Bare Minerals. And I mean, I like the color. I like it so far on the video. I see that the coverage is not really good, so I might have to use more, which would make me a little bit sad because I don't have to use very much to get good full coverage with my current foundation. So far, my like for the Bare Minerals is not very good, meaning that I would have to use too much, and it's like $48 for that foundation for the stick, and I just don't think that I would want to have to purchase that very often. My current foundation that I use, and I'll show you guys that, depending on if I'm doing like a photo shoot for Instagram, I will use the True Match Lumi, just because I think that it is very hydrating, it's got a good coverage, and it gives me a little bit more glow. Like this is an N1-2, but usually I use the True Match, I guess it's just like the original, I don't know, and I use that in an N2. Believe it or not, the N1-2 for the True Match Lumi is darker than the N2 for the traditional True Match. I did not buy a bronzer, but I know that this is a really popular bronzer, so I don't feel bad using it in the video. It's quite disgusting, the packaging, just from being in my makeup bag. There's just like hairspray and other foundations and powders and stuff on it, but I used the Lorac Tantalizer Baked Bronzer, and the color is matte tan. I think that it's actually a little too dark for me and a little bit muddy sometimes on my face, but I try to use it sparingly just to kind of get like a darkness here to highlight my cheekbones. I just like, I don't even rub, and then I just kind of work it almost in the same place that I'm going to put my blush, just to kind of give myself some definition. And you do it at your temples as well. And then sometimes I do just a little dab by my nose. I don't really contour except for photos, but I do like to kind of darken the edge of my nose. Not that it's a wide nose, and really, you know, I don't have an issue with my nose, but it's just habit, I guess, from watching makeup videos and whatnot, and people are always contouring their nose or putting bronzer on their nose or kind of all over their face, and so that's what I like to do. So I do my bronzer on my temples, under my cheekbones, a little bit under my jaw, just to like clean off the brush. I don't ever dip back in for that, and then sometimes by my nose.
Hello.
Hey, I'm sorry I missed your call.
Yeah, I was just hanging up as soon as you called me back.
Oh,
Screening my calls.
no, I am filming my makeup video, so I'm just trying to finish it before the sun sets.
Let me call you back.
Well, that's fine. I gotta finish this video, babe, before the sun sets, and I can already tell the light's changing, okay? I love you.
Alright, I'll call you later. I love you. Bye.
Bye. As I'm sitting here doing this video, I realize that I don't really have that much that I can use in my haul get ready with me, so we're just gonna turn this into a conversational piece, and occasionally I'll throw in another thing that I bought that can't go on my face. So next we're gonna do blush, and I'm using Benefit's Rockateur blush and Morphe's E4 brush. I just like to put this on like the apples of my cheeks. And I do use a lot of blush just because I feel like it kind of blends into my skin. I don't know if like people's skin actually soaks up blush, but I always use a good bit because I feel like as soon as I walk away, it's gone. It's like off my face. Looks good, looks good. Okay, now next I'm gonna do eyeshadows, and I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Hill Vault Collection palette. And I actually didn't even know this until yesterday, that you can't buy this apparently in the Vault like collection anymore. You can only get them individually, and then that makes your collection, but you don't like get the box and the cute little ribbon that, you know, pulls them out for you. I'm gonna pull out and use the Bling Boss palette. And I know it's kind of like dirty and gross, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. And I am probably going to just put this color in, and I just like to find like a big brush. This is the Morphe E27, and I am just going to kind of like fan it around, tap off the excess, and then I just put it on my lid. And since this one is like the base color, I put it all over my lid. So looks like a good base. It's fine with me. I'm gonna grab the Morphe M433 brush, and I'm gonna use Mystic, which is in this corner right here. And I am just going to kind of get just a little bit on that brush. I don't really want to use a lot. And I'm gonna kind of like tap it around. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And then really get that excess off there. And then I'm gonna use the brush with no additional product and just kind of like work it into the corners. Both of my eyes are a different shape, and I do have a lot of problems with making sure that colors kind of stand out in the same spot on my crease. But I don't really care. Once you get mascara on and you get like your finalized eyeshadows and everything and you blend it, and I'm just gonna take the E27 back and blend it again just to make sure, because we're not going out, I'm just doing this look for the video, so I don't need for it to be drastic or stark or anything. But sometimes I just go back in and I just keep blending with the same brushes just so that I can make sure that nothing is out of order and no color is like too heavy unless we're gonna go out or it's, you know, for a purpose. So next up on the list before we do another piece of the haul, I am going to do my final eyeshadow, which I will use a ColourPop palette. It's the Polite AF palette, and I really like it because it has all these like glitter colors in it. And you know what, I'll swatch those for you guys really quick because these are so pretty. I have the Sequin first, And then we have Drift, which is like this really pretty purple shock. We have Birthday Girl, which is very like silvery and shimmery with like a cream beige undertone. And then we have Birthday Cake, which is the same kind of color as Birthday Girl, except instead of a cream undertone, it has a purple undertone. And then we have the Stereo color, which is like a very rich violet with gold flecks in it. And lastly, we have Deep Dive, and this is like a heavy copper bronzy color. For today, I'm probably going to use Birthday Cake. Since I used purple eyeshadows, I want to use a purple glitter base. So I'm going to do this. They have a really nice consistency. I mean, it is like, you know how felt is like, or like velvet is like super soft, and like it's like velvet and butter at the same time. I don't even know how to describe it. It's super pretty. I always use my finger for these just because I feel like it has the best application and puts down the most product on my eyes. So that's what I use. Sometimes I accidentally touch under my eye, which this time I apparently did it really bad. So you can just use either a clean finger, so like this one, and you can start to like rub it off. It does not come off easily off of your eye. I don't know if this is because my powder is here under my eye, but it usually cleans up pretty well. And that's just the easiest way that I find to do it. Now that I've done my eyeshadow, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. And what I use is the Morphe palette. Also, my battery died, so that is why I now have sun on this side of me, because I'm using natural light. It's the best light to do your makeup in. And these are my options. I'm just gonna fill in my eyebrows, and when I do mine, I just use a powder, which I am using this shade. I don't know what the name of it is, but this shade in the Morphe 35W palette, and I just use it to kind of like fill in the color a little bit. I don't do much in the way of like contouring. I don't sculpt it out since I'm using just a powder. It's really soft and fairly natural, and I just kind of like how it just makes them look a little bit darker and like a little bit more defined. So I just want something that kind of like sculpts the color out. So now I'm gonna do my mascara, and at this point I have 2 more items in my Sephora haul that I'm gonna go through. Actually, I'll go ahead and do one before I do my mascara. So I got the Sephora Body Nourishing and Toning Butter in the scent Guarana Body Butter, and I think that it looks really nice. I haven't used it yet. Smells pretty good. You know, nothing really crazy. Rub a little bit in on the back of my hand. Kind of smells citrusy, very fruity. It's soaking in really well. I like it. So far, I like it. This is something that I got to spray when I'm going to sleep. It's the Sleeping Mist Essential Oil Blend by Vitruvi. That's what it looks like the name is. I've never heard of this company, but they had really good ratings, and I wanted to use something that I could spray on my face or on my body that would kind of calm me, and then put an oil on my skin to, you know, because I'm dry. So this is the Sleep Mist Essential Oil Blend by Vitruvi, and it just says mist on your face and or body and breathe deeply. Got a lot of really good stuff in it. Non-alcoholic witch hazel, lavender, frankincense, chamomile. Seems really nice. Okay, I'm gonna do my mascara now, especially since the sun is almost to my face. Voila, this is my finished look. So my very last product that I have before my camera dies again, because I needed to make sure that I got similar lighting for the whole video. So it was only at 10% when I came back, but the last one I got, and I have opened this just to smell it and kind of see what it looks like, but I haven't used it on my face yet. So it is the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, which we all hear a lot about, especially in makeup tutorials. A lot of like really big brands use it. a lot of really big YouTubers use it, and I just really wanted to try it to kind of see what all the fuss was about. So the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist. It smells exactly like the Deep Cleanse and exactly like the water cream that I used earlier. So I don't know if it's part of the same line. I wouldn't think so since this is purple, but it smells really good. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun filming it, and I wanted to touch back with you guys. I definitely didn't want to get out of YouTube. I want to keep this rolling. I really, really enjoy it. It helps me kind of get out of my box, and so I just wanted to film this for you guys since I decided this weekend I wanted to buy some new body and face stuff. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and I am super glad to be back. Please subscribe and leave a comment for me. I would love to hear it, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. Bye.